Oh, he goes around the cages and tries to get someone that way. And so if he pulls that, he's out of here. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put up with it. Bob, no.
That's the perfect
Bob.
entry for every meeting, Bob.
Bob.
Get over here. Get over here. That's a good boy. That's a good bird. All right, come here. Come on up. Hi, and welcome to Cockatude, Cockatoos with Attitude, the Chloe Sanctuary. Patreon.com/Chloe Sanctuary, right, Bob? Yeah, he says, I don't know what that means. We have Babaloo with us today. Snowball. He dug those out himself. They're under the chair in a little bin, and he dug out those two on his own. And Jasmine giving us the backside of Jasmine. Jazzy. You can ignore me. Pip, pip. Pippa. Pip, pip. KK. The home wrecker. He's doing everything he can to try to tear up that window over there. So,
Okay.
Sugar bird. There's the sugar bird. Hi, Sugar. Hello, Sugar. Cecil. Cecil bird. Yeah, Cecil. Lucy. And starting to make her way back in here. I sit with her part of the time, like for anywhere from a half hour to an hour in here with her. And then she goes into that cage to try to get used to the idea she's going to be around the other birds. Mander won't come in. So I'm now going to have to use some other ABA techniques that are on the other side. Positive punishment. To break that behavior, I need to put something in the corner of the cage he always dives into when I ask him to come out that he won't like being there. So I'm thinking a stuffed animal of some kind. So maybe a stuffed pterodactyl. Something like that. Bound to be something I can put in there, but I'm going to block that corner off one way or another. So let's start coming out. He's fine once he gets in here, but he doesn't want to do it. And it's all nesting behavior. He just wants to. You throw him 7 pine cones, and 7 minutes later they're all gone. It takes him about a minute on a pine cone. So, and he leaves his hanging. Yeah, but he leaves his hanging toys alone. You know. What kind of bird? Snowball bird? Well, what's she doing? No snowball?
No snowball.
Snowball. Snowball.
A little snowball bird.
Snowball. Hello. 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 Snowball. What?
Snowball.
What? Snowball. Snowball ball? No. KK is busy chewing up that 1.25 inch dowel over there, but she had completely taken it out of the holder and thrown it on the floor. So I just got it jammed back in there so he could have more fun with it.
So we've got some chatters with us. So we've got Michelle and Jocelyn and Falcon Sue and ETH. So hello all of you guys.
Hello.
And GTH suggests that Manda take a weekend trip to Vegas.
Yeah. It's the second I go over to get him out, he runs in that corner and then he runs away from you. And it's not because he's afraid. It's just because he doesn't want to come out. He wants to keep trying to make a nest. And once he's torn up everything, he just stares at it like he could magically levitate it back up to the level where he could play with it somewhere.
Poor Manda.
Yeah, poor guy. Ouch! Bob, watch it. He comes up to tap me sometimes, but once in a while he gets a hold of my skin. Watch yourself. He goes, I'm busy down there. Don't bug me. Silly bird. Snowball. Oh, Snowball. Yeah, Snowball bird.
So we have a snowbird.
Snowball bird.
Cutie pie.
Snowball.
Snowball.
What a cute frisbee player. Well, at the moment he's frisbee sitting, but that's important training.
Yeah, when he wants to play, he'll get up on stage. So
If you want to play the frisbee, you have to be the frisbee.
the zen of snowball frisbee play. What you doing, Snowball? Snowball? Snowball. What's up, Snowball?
Snowball.
Oh, flip this over so you can play with the ridges on it. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to disturb you. It's okay. You just like to play with those little ridges on there. I know. It's Snowball. What you doing? What's doing, Snowball? What's doing?
What you doing?
So cute.
Mm. So GTH wants to know if changing the size of their cage helps when they're stuck in nesting mode.
It varies by the bird, but doesn't seem to be an issue with Manor. He gets fixated like this every year, but this is the worst one yet. He just wants to nest. So it's possible a larger cage would work for most birds, but he's not fond of large cages because of his pelvic problems. So he doesn't like to move around that much. He'll go to one spot and stay there for a long time. So I would say that varies by the bird. It depends on the particular bird's personality. For example, he's got a bigger cage. He's definitely not nesting. So, and in a smaller cage, he tends to be less active, is all I see with him. He's not much about nesting anyway. He chews up toys, but he doesn't make a nest. He used to do that behavior when Chloe was around, but ever since Chloe is gone, that's doesn't happen anymore. So you almost got there, kid. Keep working on it. He has about as much stick-to-itiveness and being focused on one thing as a Siamese cat. I had a lavender point when I was in my 20s. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I had a lavender point one time that saw a moth go into the bookcase and took its foot and went down every book from the back of the case all the way to the front on every single book. And there were a lot of books on that shelf. And then when he got to the end, he crawled up inside there in the small crawl space on top of the books and went all the way down looking for the moth before he gave up. Took him about a half an hour. There he goes. He got it. He is just like that lavender point Siamese.
So Jocelyn Triggle would like to know if the flock birds like oatmeal.
They get that in their mash, but I don't give them just plain oatmeal, so I can't answer that because their mash has oatmeal and quinoa in it. It helps to hold the mash together, provides some protein and fiber too. But I've never given them plain oatmeal, so I don't honestly know. I think with cockatoos, it's more like what you get used to. Because I'll offer them something that would be good. They probably like the taste of it, and they won't even look at it. It's like, I haven't eaten that before, and that's a normal behavior because if you eat something that's poisonous, the first time you do that's the last time you do that. So they're wary, not as much as true parrots like Amazons. Amazons are wary of toys, but they'll eat almost anything. And cockatoos are, yeah, that's a toy, cool. And I'm not sure about that food. So
Jocelyn says that Cinnamon does like oatmeal that stops him from begging. So it probably reminds him of baby food, to be honest.
Probably. It has a similar consistency to some of the baby formulas they have out there, like the KT hand feeding formula, which I use for emergencies too. You should always have some of that hand feeding formula around in case your bird needs to recover its weight for some reason. And a nice, at least 30 milliliter syringe, or if you've got something like a cockatiel, a 15 milliliter lure slip syringe for feeding. Bob, you've got that jammed right in my side. Oh, what are you saying there, little girl? Yeah. You want to get petted?
Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, baby. How you doing? Bob, I'm just petting Jasmine. No, it's something like oatmeal too. They like it. You can slip in just a tiny bit, grind up a little bit of pellets and slip it in there. And you just keep increasing it day by day until you can get like a 50-50 mixture to get more nutrition in there. I'm trying, Jazz. I have to keep an eye on Bob because he's a natural pest. What are you doing, Bob? Get back down there. Diesel is checking out KK's little island there, this little box that he goes to when he's not feeling well. We've got to get him a new box. That one's getting a little dirty. Not on the inside, just the outside, but
Is this going to be Bucket Wars too? Box Wars.
Oh, yeah. I should bring a bucket in here. All the buckets are out in the aviary. We won't be going out.
So Lisa and Erin have joined us. So hello to you guys.
I know you said something, but I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I probably had my hair over the microphone. I said that Erin and Lisa have joined us. So hello
cool.
to both of you guys.
Hello. Now KK is looking at Cecil, who is invading his little territory.
Going to be a rumble in the jungle.
No, Cecil's just checking it out. I don't think that KK's he knows what's going on. He's watching it, but I don't think it bothers him. Boy, in the first days he was here, he would have been hauling down there to go after him.
I see a rattle ball on the floor. And a Cecil.
Cecil, do you like the carpet?
Not as much as he likes bashing your face.
True. Cecil, that's the weather stripping off the window. How it got over here, I have no idea. Didn't even know it fell off, but I can tell what it is.
Well, somebody probably chewed it off.
No, they can't get to it. It's underneath the windows. It must have fallen off. I have to open them to get air through here every day. Even though it's 80 degrees outside, they still have to blow some air through the place every day.
80 degrees. Sounds like you have cooled down a bit.
No, that's when you get up in the morning.
Oh, okay.
That's like
We
5
have
o'clock.
cooled down.
5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, sorry. Did I stop petting you? I'm sorry.
Oh, well done. I went in the sauna the other day. You would have loved it. It was 80 Celsius.
Oh, my word.
Perfect temperature for you, I think.
Yeah, but I couldn't handle that humidity. That's for sure.
Oh, it wasn't that humid.
In a sauna?
Well, not that humid. Not as humid as a steam room.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, what are you doing?
So GTH would like to know if Pippa's sneezing has slowed down.
Oh, it comes and goes. Sometimes, especially in here, she'll sneeze a lot, but some days it's better, some days it's worse. It's hard to say. I track it, but it seems to go up and down, and I can't figure out what's causing it. It's got to be the dust in the air. That's the most probable thing. That's the vet thinks, but she has her good days and her bad days with sneezing. So far, it hasn't been bad today. What do you got there? Coconut? I hope you don't hit me with that thing. Snowball. Well, you can come over here, but you know how he is. You want to come over? All right. Bob, leave her alone. Babaloo? No, you're not going to do it. She's allowed to sit on me if she wants to. No. territorial little boy.
Well, Dirty Birds Inc. has joined us. So nice to see you. Says, I'm in pain a bit. That's not good.
Yeah.
I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, well, I hope you feel better. Bob could probably fix the problem wherever you're in pain. After he bites your toe or something, you know, you won't be thinking about any other pain you have.
Can make pain somewhere else to distract you from that pain.
Or distract you with putting wood into your t-shirt and trying to get into things you have to prevent. Oh, Jessie Jasper.
Bob, stop. I would like to pet you, but every time I move my hand away from him, he tries to get up to go after you. Stop it, Bob. Behave. She just wants to be petted. Really boring. The dance. Hit this down.
Oh, that's really cute.
So Cinnamon is getting his first wellness check in August. He needs to get his nails done. They are sharp. Yeah, and it's probably a good idea to get him checked by the vet, and yeah, so he can get to know the vet better.
Yep.
we
Make sure
hope
he knows how to behave when he goes.
as our vlog. Most of them are happy to see the vet, which is funny.
That's cockatoo logic though for you. It's like, oh, I like people. The vet is the person. Okay, I like the vet. Even though the vet does horrible things to them sometimes, they seem to forgive them pretty easily.
Yeah, that's funny. They don't forget the people who take care of them that easy. If you make a mistake, sometimes they'll hang, but they do forgive the vets.
It's funny. I think with you, they're like, Dad, you should know better.
I think so too.
Although I think Mr. Maxwell Burb doesn't like the vet.
No.
There's no love lost there.
Yeah, a lot of other cockatoos seem to be scared by the vet. So when Gotcha Cockatoo was thinking it's going to the vet, he freaked out. So it's not with every bird, but I think they have made good experience. I think it helps a lot when they are trained in veterinary behavior. So they open their wings and step up just by themselves. So you don't have to tell them and threaten them.
Yeah,
I wonder also if it's the owners kind of, if they're panicking, then the bird can tell, because like obviously Don doesn't care about visiting the vet, so the birds have no reason to get nervous.
And any behavior that vet does to them is going to be something they're used to. Flipping them upside down, opening their wings, looking down their throat. It's all stuff I do. Checking the organs by running my hands down the body. I mean, it's all stuff I do. So that does those behaviors, they're used to it.
So Rosebud Atkins joined us. She is saying her internet is acting up today. Excellent.
Like being in Germany.
Hey
Rosebud. I have a Jasmine pinned to me today. I don't know what she doesn't usually just get up and hug me. She does it once in a while. What's up, little girl?
It's so cuddly today. Bob isn't too happy about it.
No, he thinks he owns the spot. The only one he it's up here. Cecil, anybody else is no, you couldn't have them on you. Okay,
yeah, Jessie enjoys her her dad time at the moment. And it's nice to see her again. Having a little bit of Jessie talk. Jessie? I think some cockatoos are just so keen on going to the vet because there are other people they see and they can talk to them, and that's for them. It's so much worth that they kind of, yeah, accept the other things as byproduct. It's like when you go to the fun park or so and have to be in traffic jam for that. Question by GTH: can or would birds grind their own nails on a large diameter abrasive perch?
I've never seen a bird doing that intentionally. They walk on them. If you're using an abrasive perch, they have some that are smooth on the top. You want to avoid getting their feet, that abrasive on their feet, because that can cause really bad problems. So you need a perch that has the abrasive on the bottom and the sides, but not on the top. Well, I haven't seen a bird actually do that. So I think there are some that might. I mean, obviously, Snowball likes the sound, so he might do it because of the sound. But the idea is that when they're there walking on it, it will wear them down. I don't think that works, honestly, for most birds. And the reason is, once they get on a perch and they get situated, they lock their feet in place. They actually can lock their muscles. So you think they're holding on, they're not. They've got them locked in place. They're not doing anything. They're just locked there. So kind of like putting a clamp. When you tighten a clamp down, you don't have to keep holding it. It's the same thing with their feet. So how they do that, how they actually get their nails worn down in the wild, that's a good question. I have not read anything that answers that question. And I've looked. Can't find anything that explains how they manage to keep their nails.
Well, I don't know. I don't have to do the nails from the budgies. They somehow maintain it themselves.
Yeah. So that's the key. Somehow, nobody knows how these birds do it in the wild, and it might chew them down. Which wouldn't be difficult for them. Their beaks are strong enough.
Because sometimes I was a little bit concerned about one or two nails, which I thought, oh, they become large, and suddenly they were get shorter and shorter every day. So they somehow know how to manage or what to do. And they weren't broken or something like that. They just, I don't know. They have these kind of grinding stones and stuff all inside their cage and in the room everywhere available, and lots of different perches and so, and somehow they seem to manage it.
But we tend to have to trim them ourselves. So
Yeah,
and they will. These guys will overgrow if you don't do it.
Yeah,
especially the back inner toe. That thing will loop right around and become a solid loop. I mean, I've not seen it happen, but I've watched it trying to happen. So, and that's the hardest to do, because they don't like you to pull their foot that way. And trying to get a hold of that inner back toe is not fun. Hey, you two, stop it. Stop it. Pippa. Pippa. Leave him alone. You're good. Pippa. Good girl. That's Snowball. You like Snowball. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's your friend, Pip.
Mm.
I think Snowball wants down the rope to come back to his frisbees, and she's on the way. I think that's what
Snowball, you can fly.
he can.
Actually, Pip can fly too, but she's not the problem.
Yeah, she's happy where she is, so
Mhm.
he's
Oh,
gonna try to.
wait. Maybe he also wants to get away from Cecil, who's coming from the other side.
He doesn't mind Cecil, so I don't know if he's trying to get away from him. I think he just wants to get back to his frisbees.
I don't know. Sometimes he's like, oh no, no interaction with Cecil. Cecil, and now Cecil has free way to the Pippa.
If Cecil had a toy, it might be like that, but
Oh, Cecil, are we now sneaking towards the Pip? He wants to be friend with Pippa too. He says, if you can be friend with Snowball, how about being a friend with me?
Oh, well, Pip, you've got two guys who are interested in you today.
All the umbrella boys are really like into you. Well, I know there's a yellow-crested Triton also into you, but he is kind of like, you pushed me back. I don't like that. So I stay with my human.
he's
That
putting
was a
him.
deep look into the eyes before he went to Kevin. Oh, it's Cecil. And next approach.
How you doing, guys? Bob, leave her alone. Stop it. It's a good thing we don't have a contest going. If somebody takes a drink every time I say Bob, because we'd have a bunch of people who are passed out in 10 minutes.
Yeah. There'd be mass alcohol poisoning.
See how you doing in there? How you doing, cause? Crosby. I know. Oh, it's cutie.
Little Cosy Cosmo. Helicopter crash test pilot.
That's her.
Although she's not so much of a crash test pilot anymore now. She
No,
can
she's,
land pretty elegantly these days.
her flight feathers are all in place, so she flies pretty well.
Yeah.
You want, but right now I have Jasmine, and I got to deal with Bob. He's in position to start playing.
Mm.
Just waiting on me, are you? Hmm?
He looks so hopeful. He's like,
Yeah.
please play with me, please play with me.
If I don't have my arm between Jasmine and Bob, it'll be a problem. I'll have to take him out of the room. I don't want to do that. So. Because Cause is in the timeout page.
Yeah, Snowball is so super cute. Snowy.
No Snowball.
Going over there. I'll bob it. Back off. Where do you want to go? You want to go over here? Okay. You know, it's easier for me to reach these if you don't take them all out. Yeah.
So many frisbees on the floor. Oh, now let's see if we get a frisbee play. Excellent.
Yay.
Good boy. Good catch.
Bob, get back over here. I've got to reach over and get these.
Got a nice selection of frisbees.
I got most of them. All but one. Don't you laugh at me. Hold on, I'm crazy. There we go.
Yay, good catch.
Excellent. Look at that winner display.
Oh, yeah.
And whoop. And away is the frisbee.
Yep. Yeah, you couldn't have caught that one. Way.
Yay.
Well, Pippa has shown some interest in frisbee, but I think at the moment she's more interested in having a nap.
Mm. I guess Pippa's pretty difficult to intimidate, so that's why she's interested in the frisbees. Because GTH said, too bad the frisbees intimidate the other birds, but I don't think Pippa is intimidated by much.
Trying to get some of them back over here without having to get up, because Bob will get involved here. Ready for it? Catch. Nice toss. Yeah. Ooh, screwed that one up more. Where's the one? Here we go. Good catch, big boy.
I love it.
You're throwing that far away, it's a little hard for me to get them there. I can't reach over there. That's the problem. About getting up, and Bob's yeah, I'll get up anyway. He's
Maybe one day we can sign in Snowball for some. It's frisbee Olympic now, so he can come over to France next year and win gold.
good toss right back to me there, boy. Yeah, that one bounced out.
So Jocelyn is saying that Cinnamon had his wings clipped before he came home, as the people suggested that they do that so he gets used to the apartment, but she says she is not getting them cut again, which is probably for the best, because if he can still fly anyway, then you may as well let him have his feathers and actually fly properly.
Yeah, I would tell the people who said you have the wings clipped to watch that Tim Minchin video. It's called Angry Feet. And yeah, you watch that, you'll know what I'm saying. I disagree with that technique, but
So Falcon Zoo says Don needs one of those grabber thingies, but he actually has one, but Bobby had said.
yeah, if I have it in here, it'll get torn up.
It's like Bobby, it's everything. The phone, the litter picker, the Don.
Gotcha, Bob.
Well, GTH, I mean, birds do have bird brains in the literal sense. Because they're a bird and they have a brain, so it's a bird brain. Oh yeah, I was meant to give you guys a sort of lecture about that, and I've not done it. Sorry about that. What with trying to get my PhD finished and then getting a new job and stuff, I've just not got around to it. But it's on my radar. We'll get it at some point.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah.
Absolutely, that will be great. Oh, look, Pippa has now shown already some interest in Snowball playing frisbee. And look how Gisela has followed her. So he really takes advantage from the situation that Pippa is distracted, so he can sneak nicely next to her. So what a nice boy he is.
Mm.
And Coolio is here. Hello.
Hello.
He's saying they are having way too much fun with that frisbee. Well, can you have too much fun with a frisbee?
Although I have to say, I'm not sure if Pippa is watching it because she thinks it looks fun, or if she's just utterly baffled and thinks, Snowball, why are you playing with something that Steve didn't invent?
The eye frisbee. You can play frisbee, but you also can use it as a tablet.
He's doing some wing flicking, which is like a minor irritation when they flick their wings like that. Like, why are you doing that?
What, he's doing that, Pippa?
Darn it.
Yeah, that's the fun thing with birds. They can have fun with a lot of stuff like a piece of wood, rattle balls, frisbees.
Yeah, they make their own fun.
They are kind of creative.
You stop. Bob is using the distraction of having him play with the frisbee to open my iPod case in my pocket. So. Oh, you know, I'm gonna put you on the floor to keep it out. Yep, yeah, I'll pet you.
Oh, the cockatoo from Dirty Birds Inc. Ace is watching, and it looks like he wants to play with Snowball and the other birds.
Yeah, he's really going wild, isn't he? He loves it.
He's found something that makes noise too, so he can start his own little band over there, 2 different sounds.
Oh, so Ace is tapping the phone with his beak and licking it. Oh, he must be very interested. I hope the phone is clean though. Oh yeah, Don, you can probably answer this. What's the best way to sanitize a cell phone?
Depends on the material on the actual screen, but in most cases it's a diluted, you have to dilute it a little bit further. Isopropyl alcohol.
Okay. So, okay, so there's a question from Dirty Bird. So when they do the pukey thing, is that happiness? Well, yes, but happiness of a particular kind. And
Yeah.
it goes along with the beak tapping.
The same kind of happiness you get when you leave the bar at 2 o'clock with somebody.
I think Ace has a crush on Snowball.
Uh-oh. He's a handsome boy and he's active.
He's quite a catch for somebody.
Yeah, when he started playing frisbee again, within a week, he lost 20 grams because he's building up muscle. So,
Although any girl that wants to meet with Snowball will have to resign herself to being a sports widow.
yeah, Chloe ran away from him as far as she could get when he started playing frisbee. So.
Is Cecil still sneaking the Pip? Oh, giving her space.
He's watching. I think he's watching KK.
Okay. And Sugar is probably upset because no one is coming over to train her, or is she just having a nap, or is she secretly playing when no one is watching? Let's see. Oh, there's the Shug. Shuggy.
Can't afford another one.
I love the Shug.
Hi, Shaggy. So Dirty Bird wants to know if it's a bad thing for them, referring to the mating behavior, I think. So it's not bad. I mean, it's their natural behavior, but you don't want to encourage it too much.
No, you don't want to encourage it. You don't want to stop them either. You just want to go on its own and kind of get their attention on something else.
Shuggy. Oh, look at that Shuggy crest. I think that can
Oh,
be,
Shuggy.
yeah. Now she gets her beak petted.
You gonna go get it now, Snowball? You threw it a long ways away.
Oh, be careful. The Bob is going to get something.
Yeah, he's not down there though, so that's probably okay. Yeah, Snowball went over to get the frisbee after he threw it. So.
They look all pretty engaged today.
Now that's an example with the frisbee of the baby steps, doing slight changes to get the behavior you want. He used to do that with the tops of like plastic tops of lids of jars. And what I did is just kept getting slightly bigger lids, and then I moved over to the smallest frisbees I could, which were like 7-inch, all the way up to the full 12-inch frisbee, and step by step until he got there. And then I would coax him to throw it back to me, so he eventually started throwing it back and became a. But it took a while. I mean, he'd love to play with them, but to get him to actually play the game. I don't know if you guys can see it too. He's always had this. He has a hitch in the way he walks. He's got a stutter step. Don't know why. It doesn't walk normally. Flies fine. Walks not so well. What are you doing there, Snowball? You gonna sneak back over here? Are you?
So Snowball.
Hey, Bob. Now it's time to make the little scratchy sound on the frisbee. Well, Bob, you're leaking a little bit there. You're doing better, but you're leaking a little bit. What's up, Snowball? That's up? Yes, that's up. That's Pip.
That's the Pip. The Pippa. Such a good girl. Today we have lots of sports, thanks to Snowball. That's right, Pip.
That's right.
But we still need 1 minute to admire just Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah. And Pippa, where's Steve? Do we have Steve again in the room? Oh yeah, back there.
It looks
Steve?
good up there.
Like having your Steve back? Oh, she yelled when she first got. didn't you, girl? No.
Like, Steve, you're back.
Mm.
Where you been, buddy?
What do you got in your beak, Bob? No. Where do you find this stuff? Get it out of there. He goes around looking for poop that's somehow dried, and you think you got the room cleaned, and he finds it, and he peels it
Oh,
off.
Bob, you're such a poor boy.
Didn't give him
He
any
has been trained to that in
You got
that
another Bob?
facility where he was before he came to you. Poor Bob. Poor
Does he
Yeah,
carry?
He didn't have.
Does he
toys,
carry
but-
on doing it?
Yeah, he'll if I take them away, then he'll pick up a piece of wood. But he was there for a long time. They kept rehoming him to places
Mm.
were not good for him.
Does he like it if he does it and then you tell him off? Or
Oh,
does he like the attention?
He more or less ignores me. He doesn't
Mm.
when it comes to that. He
Because he's
doesn't
got
under-
all these toys.
Yeah, but he didn't have any to play with. They had what I call the Christmas ornaments there. You know,
Mm.
they're useless. You can't use them for anything, but they look nice. That's so that people would think he was still being given toys. It's a way to not spend money and make it look like they have toys. That's
Mm.
the thing about their 2x4s is their main perch. They have other perches too, but the 2x4 they can chew up, and rope perch, they can chew those up too. I mean, pretty much want to have everything in there that they can chew.
Mm. Yep.
Which means you're going to be replacing toys pretty often. Speaking of toy replacement, there's KK. He's the #1 toy chewer now. You give
He's
him,
overtaken Cecil.
yeah, he can do a 2-foot piece 2x4. I'm just saying roughly. He can do that in an hour, the whole thing. So what I do is I make him foot toys. I take a piece of leather and I put a knot on one end, and then I put a piece of wood, then I put some kind of intermediary toys, spacers, things to get his attention, then put another piece of wood, then put in like a piece of loofah sponge or something. Just keep building it. I throw it in there, I come back in half an hour and the wood's gone. I just throw the wood in there though, without the leather and the other pieces, it's all gone in 5 minutes. I mean, you just bust all that wood into nothing in 5 minutes. So, right? I'm talking about, yeah. I'm talking about the KK.
And KK's a buzzsaw. KK,
KK.
you're a buzzsaw bird. A buzzy bird.
And if I forget to throw extra toys in there when he's torn up the wood and I bring him in here, then he goes through the window. So he needs to chew a lot of wood up. He probably runs about $2 a day in toys. That doesn't seem like much, but that's $60 a month in toys, which is most of them here. Cecil probably runs $1 a day. The rest of them probably like 50 cents a day, something like that. So he's got the record and he gets them. I mean, there's no question. She's got to have them. So I was told that they were just picking up scraps from construction sites to give him wood and throwing scraps at him. Well, he gets to something a little better than that. And what I do when they've done this doesn't happen with him because it just ends up like this. Okay, this is what when he's done, everything's like that. But the ones that are left over from the toys, I bring them in here so that they'll pick them up and chew up what's left. They don't like them when they give them a piece of wood that's already partially chewed. They don't want to chew it. But if it's in here, they will. So it's a way to keep them interested and still try to keep the costs down. But the way he goes after these dowels is again, that wood from the construction sites. He likes wood that just looks like it's something you'd use to build something. In his mind, though, it's something to tear down. Did you want some more petting? You're looking at me with that look. Okay.
Shaky. Not had any wines today.
No.
No, she isn't whining, but she's looking at me.
What's
The only time
what's up, Shaggy?
I've only heard her whine one time today, and that was when I took KK out of the cage before her. I have to get him in before everybody else. That way he can kind of go up the rope and get over to where he wants to go before everybody else gets in here. Although yesterday he came over and sat in my lap with Bob here, and that was fun. I mean, I had fun in that I had to keep Bob from trying to go after him, but Bob did really well yesterday. He's doing well today too.
Good boy, Bob.
GTH would like to know if you had any luck with that chat outback as a place to cut 2x4s.
It might work in the fall or winter, but not when it's over 100 degrees outside, because that's even hotter inside. Probably about 120 in there. So I won't be doing any cutting or anything like that until it gets down in the 90s at least. Probably the 80s would be better. That's not the first time I've been asked that question. I had someone else ask, is like, you want me to go out there and die? Because I think at the time it was 115 out, 130 inside that workroom. So, but no, I plan to, but that'll be late fall, early winter. They're predicting normal temperature, which they can't predict very well, but they say we'll have normal temperatures here.
Yeah, and maybe until that we have found some volunteers who could also do some of that, or maybe we find some volunteers in Param who have some kind of indoor with air conditioning working area where they could cut something for you.
Yeah, possible. I mean, I could convert an inside room to that, but I don't want to do it. I've got one room filled with cages. The other one I want to turn into it'll be a break room for volunteers and also a room where I can teach. I was talking to the other rescuer here in town, and that's what they thought was the best idea, just to do like classes on parrots and take donations.
We have a new chatter here. It's Crazy Bradford, and she's saying hello, first time here. So good to have you.
Hello.
Hello.
You kind of caught us at the tail end of our stream, but it's good to have you here for a little while. And we're here on Mondays and Wednesdays live on YouTube.
And yeah, we have fancy cockatoos here doing stuff.
No.
Sometimes they just nap because it's noon for them.
One more time, Snoball, while we're on air here. Come on. Bob?
Yeah, I know it's tough to find volunteers, especially at the moment with the heat, so Don cannot go out that much. He can do the most important things, but then the rest of the time, staying indoors with the birds. Also still trying to settle in, but when we see now how far he has come from moving in, already looks pretty homely.
A lot of projects. I have a thermal curtain that I want to put up between the kitchen and the rest of where the birds are out in the other section of the house. And I got to get that, but it's like this, okay? The roof angles like that. So I have to install it, and then I have to sew the bottom at an angle so that when I pull it across, it's gonna block the area off. So I have to break up sewing machine for that. Plus I have to install the rod at an angle, and then I have to put in a couple of pulleys so I can pull it across. It's going to be fun. That's a project. Plus, I got to put that mini air conditioner in the window in case something happens to the big one. I need to be able to cool that room. So an important project I want to get done in the next week, but what are you saying, Snowball? I can't reach your frisbees. They're all in the front. But it's time for us to go, Snowball. Maybe I'll play with you some more when we get off air, okay? It's easier on them holding a phone. Yeah. Okay? Is that all right? Okay.
He's so cute.
That's that look. I want you to throw a frisbee. So, well, thanks for being here, guys. You got to see old Snowball playing the frisbee again. He's so good at that. And playing his musical instrument against the door. Bob, you gonna say goodbye? Bob, want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye, Bob. Bye-bye.
It's about the closest thing to a bye. You a little bird? A little bird?
Bye-bye, Snowball. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Anne Marie and Eleanor, for your help. Those are our
And thank you,
moderators.
Don, for the stream.
And we'll see you guys next Monday. Say bye, sugar. Bye, sugar.
Bye, Shuggy.
Bye, Shuk Shuk.